So number 1 was strong. Number 2 was Diego through his knives. Then I stopped talking about numbers.
Number 3 is the manipulator, but
is it 3?
No. Yeah.
Ben's in there too.
Ben is 4.
Ben's 4. Okay.
Yeah, because Ben's 4.
So Ben has the power of like having tentacles come out of him and just like destroy shit. Which I thought at the time, this is the motherfucker's most powerful guy ever. But he didn't want to do it. So somewhere along the line, Ben dies. We don't know how. I don't think.
And then number 6?
I stopped doing numbers. So there's this one guy that can talk to the dead. He's one of the kids, and I'm thinking he has the weakest power ever because all he can do is see dead people. It's like that little kid from The Sixth Sense and grew up.
That amazed me with him when he finally started to hone it in.
Yeah.
To where the dead
can actually touch
things.
That was cool. But at first I was like, this guy's weakest power on ever.
But who the best person to help him with that? But
Ben.
Yeah.
But think about what he could tap into. Any dead person can help him fight. That's pretty cool. After a while, I was like, man, this guy might be the strongest. I don't know. Well, besides...
That's crazy.
Al.
Endless.
So you got the kid that can talk... so the kid that died was Ben. And he has tentacles, destroy shit. And then you have the guy that talks to the dead people. And then you have...
Well,
go ahead, man. There should be more people. There should be 7 people.
Well, there's what's his name that travels through time.
So then you have number 5.
That's a thing on it.
Number 5, right? Or I forgot his name, but he can like time hop. Not time hop, but like teleport. Think about the dude from X-Men. What's his name? Nightcrawler.
But he could teleport, but he figured out
he can also jump dimensions or time.
Yeah, because at first he couldn't. He didn't know he could do it until he...
But then his dad wouldn't let him either, though.
No.
Remember, because he's like had an argument with his dad, like, why can't I do it? I'm ready. He's like, you're not ready, 5 or whatever. And then all of a sudden he says, I am, and then he's not. But, so you have him, but then you have 7 who starting, her name's Al or whatever, starting the show. She has no powers. Or we think
we're gonna find out that she, I think, basically has telekinesis. That's basically what she...
What? No, she can... Energy. It's energy stuff.
It's just energy. But her energy can be... It can be through anything.
Yeah.
Music, whatever.
So that's why I think it's more than telekinesis, because she can manipulate energy, anything. Like, she can make people... like think of, like, Magneto, but without the restrictions of metal. It's just like anything I can move and manipulate. She's walking down the street and she's like... It's tied to her emotions. She's walking down the street and she's like complaining and bitching about something.
And then it started raining.
Oh, it started raining, and then like the lights start coming in and cars start getting kind of crushed. She's like she's powerful.
Yes.
Powerful.
Crazy, like it's... Yeah.
So wait, we have the strong guy, the knife thrower, the manipulator, the time hopper, or the teleporter. You have Al, 7, the guy that can talk to the dead, and Ben. That's 7. That's 7. I got 7. Okay, so we got 7. So throughout the show and throughout the series, you start seeing like their kind of backstories, which I kind of like because it didn't show you all at once, and you're supposed to like, but it kind of like goes, it kind of hops back and forth, and you start seeing like why this person's the way they are. They're raised by their dad, which is just by name dad, because he like just cares about training them, and they can't have fun on certain days, and you know when he catches them having fun, he's like, you know, that's for this certain day at this time, what are you doing? So he's like an asshole. A robotic mom, they all call her mom, but she's definitely a robot that is spacey,
way beyond,
and a chimpanzee. If I was raised by those 3 people, I'd be the same way, messed up.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All right, so we covered... No. We haven't even skimmed the surface.
I mean, I know my favorite out of those 7.
Is it the same?
Was
5?
Was 5.
Okay, yeah. My favorite. I mean, and that's just based on powers alone. I like his powers.
But I like his power, but at the same time, I didn't like what he had to go through, because that's exhausting. The fact that you went to the apocalypse and realized that there was an apocalypse, you don't know how
all your
started.
friends or family dead.
Everyone dead, and then you're trying to figure out how to calculate it to where you get back and save everyone.
Would you say like he's like the main character of the show?
Yeah, because if it wasn't for him, like
him or Al were the main characters, because they spent a lot of time on Earth.
Yeah. Number one, I don't understand him because, one, he's so naive. He spent how many years on the moon because his dad told him to go?
So I think number one, or Luther, has a Captain America syndrome.
Yes.
Where got my orders, I am a good soldier boy, I'm out. I'm doing what you tell me to do. He was brainwashed to be like that. So here's the thing about him. When you first see him, he is on the moon, and he wakes up, and you see this like ginormous dude, like just like. I was like, this guy is so big. It's not even like, why is this guy that big? And so you just think that's his power, like that's what he is. Well, they all find out around the same time that their dad passed, right? And so they all go back to the mansion where they grew up. And that's when even the people that his brothers and sisters, I'm using the term loosely because they were raised together from birth. Those are their brothers and sisters. Every color, they're brothers and sisters. And they still refer to themselves that way. When he comes back, they're like, whoa, you bulked up. You got bigger, right? We find out later that one by one, the brothers and sisters, 1 through 7 or whatever, or 2 through 7, left the nest, right, to do their own thing, whatever. So they went their own separate ways. One was the only one that stayed with his dad and mom and the chimpanzee to keep on continuing what he was doing. But he had Captain America syndrome, like I said. He was like that good old, I'm do what you say, dad, for the good of whatever. So and you could have told him anything, he would have done it. So he goes, he's on the moon. No, before that. He was the only one left, and something happened, and the alarm goes off. And when they hear an alarm, they're like firefighters. They all get ready, boom, boom, suit up, and they go fight whatever. So he's the only one left. He goes out there. It goes wrong. It goes bad. Next thing you know, dad and mom are wheeling him in to the laboratory or whatever, and he like basically flatlines. Yeah. And they revive him with some kind of weird serum.
Yeah, it's like serum he's been working on, and I think they showed like he tried it a few times and it didn't work, and they decided to do it on him.
Well, as a last-ditch effort.
It's the same serum that they did on the chimpanzee.
I didn't know the backstory of the chimpanzee because I don't think
it was very small, but it had to do with the serum.
Yeah, it was a serum thing.
So he wasn't even sure how it was going to turn out.
Next thing you know, Luther wakes up and he is just massive.
Hairy.
From the neck down. It's
hairy, massive.
It's silly because he has a normal size head and normal size neck, and then boom, he's like a damn gorilla. Mm-hmm. Like he is hairy. He's like, so they were fighting. There was a big fight, and the 2 agents that we talked about earlier, they're there, and they held their own against like
which I was
all these superhero guys.
I was very surprised.
Yeah, but I think we could have went in there and fought. Like, think about it. What are they going to do? That one chick wasn't using her power. Like, I heard a rumor.
Well, I mean, the big guy in number 1, I was like, he's...
Well, that is the big guy, number 1.
No, I mean the
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, do they have powers? Because he went, like, toe-to-toe with him. With this big, massive dude. Anyway, they're fighting. He ends up, like, pile-driving number 1. The agent. Mm-hmm. Pile-driving number 1. Boom. And then, I don't know how it happens, but, like, the chandelier comes crashing down on number 1. Once that happened, for some reason his clothes ripped off, and everyone's looking at this beast. Yeah. Like he looks like I thought he was gonna change. I thought he was evolving.
Yeah, that's.
I thought he was gonna change into like a werewolf or some shit. Like that's how he looked. Like his body was just like animalistic, massive. And I mean that's why he wears. They show him suiting up all the time with his on his coat.
The long
has the gloves except for like his fingertips. He's definitely hiding his body. But man, that guy has his own issues.
Yeah, I don't even think they ever explained like why his dad sent him to the moon. I don't think they.
So they kind of did. So he sent him to the moon for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, it was just
because Luther later found the reports he was sending back to his dad still sealed, never opened.
Never opened it.
But when the guy that can talk to the dead people, whatever his name is, when he almost dies in the club, he gets transported to this place where I think he's talking to God for a little bit. She tells him to go talk to someone else. So he goes to the barber shop and gets a shave from his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing to your body? You're poison, because he's a drug addict, whatever. He takes drugs to calm so he can't see dead people. And when he's there, his dad tells him he has so much more potential. He has so much, and then he asks his dad, like, why did you send Luther to the moon? And he goes, I sent him to the moon because I knew that he was going to be needed one day. Like, you all were going to be needed. Like, it was weird. It was weird. I think in some weird way he thought he had a reason for doing it.
The guy, the dad was so. He was so involved with what he believed, like, was supposed to happen to the world,
so this is
that he actually killed himself just to get them back together.
Yes, but this is what I was thinking. Like, this is why this guy's not normal, because from raising the 7 kids from the beginning, he was always telling them that they need to be ready because they're going to save the world one day. Like, he knew about the apocalypse before the dude that time travel knew about it.
I think there's going to be more to it. Like, I think he probably had a visitor. I want to say that the dad had a visitor.
Someone tipped him off. But who is he can listen to? Like, who can tell him, hey?
The only person I can think that would come from the future back.
5? But then 5 would have remembered it. Unless someone told me she heard a rumor that he just didn't come back.
5 is crazy.
It was jacked up.
5 shit is crazy. Like, he could literally do.
So 5 has limits too, though. I liked it too because not everyone was Superman that could do anything.
Yeah.
Like 5 had limits. Like there's a limit to the ability he can use. So he's jumping, boom, 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 and next thing you know, he's like, come on. Like, it runs out for some reason. Like, it runs out, and I don't know. There's no, like, how does he know? But all he knows is I can't use it anymore. It was weird because, like, the whole department store, I'm thinking, why did he just get the hell out of there? He's running around, and the agents are shooting down the aisle, and he's like, he could have got a shot.
Yeah, it's like, why are you in there?
Why did you just get the hell out of there?
He actually got hurt, and it's like,
yeah,
what? Like, just leave. Like, what do you got to prove? You can just leave. So
a lot of this show was me being annoyed that these people aren't using their powers correctly. A lot of the time I spent watching it was me cursing the TV, like, why are you still there? Why don't you just tell this person, like, I heard a rumor. What is going on?